Hello, my name is Carly, and I did my financial analysis over Dunkin' Donuts. So, to start with some background, they founded their first store in 1948, and to the current day, they have over 11,300 stores worldwide. So, that includes over 36 countries and 41 states. So, they're quickly adding stores to their brand. Along with their brand, they have Dunkin' Donuts and they have Baskin Robbins, which is a ice cream store. And a lot of times you won't see one without the other, and that's what they're really trying to incorporate now. We have a Dunkin' Donuts in Springfield, but I haven't seen a Baskin Robbins. But if you go to like New York or Pennsylvania, they're almost always together in the same building. But today they sell 6.4 million donuts a day and 30 cups of coffee per second. So what I found in my analysis is that they are pretty much doing fine. They have increases in sales and profits every single quarter. The last fiscal year, I think they saw, it was about $12,000 or $13,000 in their gross profit increase, which happens almost every year. They went from 2014 from 612,000 to 2015, and it was 679,000. So they're constantly seeing improvements in their stores. Their percentages of their ratios are also high. For the solvency ratio that I calculated, they make 95 cents of assets to every dollar of liabilities, which means that the percentage is high and they're able to pay off debts or short-term debts or other debts, which is what owners like to see, because then they know how much money they have to kind of play with if they want to open up a new store internationally or in the States, or just revamp any kind of marketing strategies or their menus, which they're also trying to do currently because they are in competition with McDonald's and Starbucks. Because McDonald's, once they started selling all-day breakfast, less people were going to Dunkin' Donuts, so they're trying to revamp their signs and their menus and really focus on their specialty coffees as well. I personally prefer Dunkin' Donuts over Starbucks just because it's cheaper and I think it's better, but I think that's really what they're trying to push, the value for the price. They also want to do kind of things like McDonald's does, like 2 for $3. They're testing the waters out with that right now. As long as other numbers go, they're fine. I only ever saw decreases in expenses on items or shareholders' equity, and that the shareholders' equity was decreasing kind of every other quarter, so it's almost like they knew they could see it coming, and it wasn't ever a big decrease or something that they probably saw as an issue because of their other statements or the statements of their past fiscal years of their net income and profits. As far as the expense items, they decreased by $600, and I think they probably saw that was in 2016. So clearly better than the year before because it was $20,000. So I think they see not only on these reports that their company is doing better each and every quarter. They're increasing something. So nothing's really ever decreasing, or they're looking at it and they look like they're failing. They know that they're doing well. And I believe that there could be a couple recommendations that I wrote down. I think one of them was labor costs. Their percentage was in a standard percentage is between 14 and 16, which is what a lot of people like to see and a lot of people do see. But if they would like to increase their money for other things, they could have their employees clock in instead of just coming to work when they're supposed to be. I don't know if that makes sense, but if they come to work and they are on the clock and they're not working, that's like every cent counts towards every dollar that they could use towards something else. And over time, that would add up, and then they would be able to grow their company even more. They also, along with Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins, there will be like Dunkin' Donuts flavored Baskin Robbins ice cream, which a lot of people like to see, and then that shows them that the two are incorporated, because I myself didn't even know they're owned, or they're under the same brand until I researched this. And then I think another thing that obviously they should just work on is their, which they are working on, is their marketing strategies to compete with McDonald's. A lot of people, I think, you think breakfast, like cheap breakfast, you think McDonald's. And so they're really pushing their advertising teams and markets. So their budget for that actually is pretty high, which I think is what you need, though, if you want to get to your established or future improvements. So for the future, I don't see anytime close to now, maybe 4 or 5 years, I don't see anything decreasing. I see them only increasing, like their gross profits and their total revenue. I also see them being like in huge competition still, and really just going another level up. Overall, their increases in growth and their margin from previous years are high. They keep increasing every single year, so I see that continuing to happen. I don't see a decrease anytime soon. So I do believe they still have room to expand their company and grow in their already placed restaurants. Thank you.